Hey everybody, Matumbo here. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are playing some more historic here on Magic Arena. And another day, another Decktember video. So again, if you're not familiar with Decktember, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to say thank you so much for helping grow the channel by playing viewer submitted decks this month. That's all we are doing. If you want to be considered for Decktember, all you need to do, you just need to subscribe to the channel. Head on over to the Discord, join the Discord channel, head down to the Decktember channel, and just check the pin post. There's a format you need to put everything in. So just follow that, throw your deck into the Decktember channel, and maybe we will randomly select your deck to be featured. So yeah, that's what we're doing this month, and we've been having a lot of fun. I've been getting some good feedback. I hope everybody's enjoying it. We're going to hop into this deck, but before we do that, just want to remind everybody again, if you're enjoying the channel, the Decktember and everything, please like, comment, and subscribe. Do all those things, and it helps immensely. So with that being said, let's hop into today's deck. It is called White Weenier, and this deck was submitted by my BFF, Florida Melton. So Florida Melton, thank you so much for submitting this. This is a deck that he wanted me to let everybody know that this is a budget build. And if you also notice that this is a 64 card deck, and I do love the fact that people are submitting decks that are not necessarily 60 or 61 cards. People are not afraid to submit these larger decks because, again, if you have the right if you have the right number of mana for the type of deck you're playing, you really shouldn't have a problem. And we've learned that with the introduction of Yorion. So this deck is basically a White Weenie deck, more along the lines of a aura type finisher deck. So again, this is a budget build. So my deck should be a budget-ish build when we're done building it. We're just going to make a few changes. May not be completely budget, but we're going to try to keep it as close as possible. I do know that. So let's take a look at these cards. So one of the cards, this is probably the most important part of the whole aura package, and that's going to be the Core Spirit Dancer. This 2 mana 0/2. It gets +2/+2 for each aura attached to it. And anytime you cast an aura spell, you actually get to draw a card. So everything you're going to be doing, you're going to be buffing this thing. It's going to get really, really big. And then we're just going to be drawing cards to replace all those cards that were growing on top of it. So this is really, really important here. Now, we need ways to keep it alive, obviously. One of those being Owl Seeds of Life's bounty. This is a 1 mana 1/1. It's an enchantment creature. It has lifelink. And then on top of it, you can pay 1 mana, sacrifice it to give target creature or enchantment you control protection from the color of your choice. So if we're playing against like a red or a black deck and they go to kill Core Spirit Dancer, we can actually sacrifice this to give this protection from whatever color they're trying to, affect it with. And then we will protect it. So what else do we have? We have Anointed Chorister. This is a 1 mana 1/1 lifelinker for 5 mana. It gets +3/+3 until end of turn. That's probably not an ability we're ever going to have to worry about. But yeah, so that is another 1/1 lifelinker. Glaring Aegis. This is actually a pretty cool card. This is a card that not a lot of people look at because typically this deck is played in multiple colors. But this is a 1 mana aura. It gives a creature +1/+3. And then whenever it enters the battlefield, you get to tap target creature an opponent controls. So we could be setting up for a big finishing turn. We could be playing a bunch of enchantments onto our Core Spirit Dancer. And then this is also going to buff our Core Spirit Dancer in multiple ways from the enchantment and from itself. And then we get to tap down their blocker, and then we can just get in and get them real good. We have 4 copies of Sentinel's Eyes. Sentinel's Eyes is just a staple in the aura build. This gives your creature +1/+1 and has vigilance. And on top of it, it does have escape. So we do get to, if this goes to the graveyard, we do get to exile 2 cards from our graveyard to actually recast this. So really good that we have a little bit of recursion in our deck. For All That Glitters, this is just obviously one of the finishers. We're going to give our creature +1/+1 for each artifact and or enchantment we control. Angelic Gift is going to give our creatures flying and replace it with a card draw. And this is an interesting one. 4 disenchants. So disenchants, especially when you're playing a budget build, disenchants can be good in historic. There's a ton of artifact decks that are going around. There's a ton of decks that play auras themselves. There's a ton of shrine decks going around. So I don't actually hate the inclusion of these 4 disenchants. These may come into play. You know, if we go first and our opponent happens to be on like the Mind Stone draw, and we can just get them good, get rid of their Mind Stone, get rid of their Hedron Archives. I do like that. And now, last but not least, we have we have 8 copies here of 2 different 3-drop enchantments. So let's look at this. So whenever an enchanted creature, or whenever you gain life, you get to put that many +1/+1 counters on this creature. So this aura could go on a lifelinker, so something like the Chorister or the Life's Bounty, since they do have lifelink. And then anytime they gain life, or we gain life, these things are just get bigger and bigger. So every turn it's just going to basically be doubling. So that seems pretty cool. And then on top of that, we have Face of Divinity. This is actually going to give our creature +2/+2 first strike and lifelink. So this Face of Divinity actually gives creatures lifelink, so we could put it on some of our other creatures that don't have lifelink. Well, mainly just the core Spirit Dancer. And this is going to give it lifelink, which is going to combo with Light of Promise and put +1/+1 counters on it, and we're just going to live the dream, hopefully. And then again, since this is 64 cards, we do play 24 land. So yeah, that is the deck submitted by Florida Melton. So again, Florida Melton, thank you so much for submitting this budget build of this deck. We're going to give it a shot. And again, if you want your deck to be considered for Decktember, head on over to the Discord channel, join the Decktember channel down at near the bottom, and then check the pin post and see how you can submit your deck in the format that we are requesting. So, all right, let's hop into the gameplay. We will see you guys soon. All right. You guys ready for White Weenier? Florida Melton, thank you for sending this list. I know you mentioned that it is one of your budget builds, so hopefully we can do it some justice. And I'm already eyeing some changes, but we're gonna see how your version plays, because maybe we don't make those changes. All right, what are we playing? Ooh, Mill, huh? So this is an interesting combo right here. Those were good hits. Those were good hits for you. Oh, you were gonna do all the milling. So we need a flyer, or we need a gift. I think that's what the card is called, right? Angelic gift. Angel gift. I think it's angelic gift. Pretty good. That's pretty good. We're gonna save this. Oh yeah, we're oh. Yeah, we're gonna take action. To tap a creature. I mean, we potentially have lethal next turn already. So they're playing blue-green mill. I wonder what else is in their deck. I think if they played Teferi's Tutelage, oh, Uro? So they go up to 16? Can we win here? Let me read this. For each aura attached. So me just make sure we're not... So this only taps whenever this comes into play. Don't really care about the life. Yeah, honestly, I think we just go here. And then play the All Seeds of Life bounty. That way it has protection. So we've got Pro Blue. I was contemplating attacking. There we go. Matt Gondim. Good games, my friend. Well, good game. Sorry about that, but you are the victim of our budget build. All right, on to the next game. Yeah, so this deck is going to be a formidable deck just with core Spirit Dancers. I feel like any draw with the core Spirit Dancers could potentially just be good enough. Because again, it's such a powerful card. You know, it being an 0-2 and then just constantly pumping up every time you play an enchantment on it. So it does suck that we don't have a core in our hand this game. I still think we keep, because if they're playing red, which they are, we're not going to play this. We don't want this just to get shocked, like right off the bat. Oh, so this is goblins, huh? Well, had we known that this was goblins, Goblin War Chief, you know they're not going to attack. That's actually pretty good. So we could give it flying and then give it +1. Or we could, well, if we do this, they would probably offer the trade there. Oh, this gives it vigilance? Oh, absolutely. We don't even need to give it flying right now, to be 100% honest with you. All right, well. This is still going to be potentially a close game, right? So what do they get here? They just go get Muxus? Or do they get the... They probably have Muxus. Maybe they go get the Skirk Prospector. Or a Krenko, okay. Krenko seems good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They can only deal 7 to it. Oh, well, you're a little late to the party, my friend. They have no way to sacrifice goblins. All right, well. We have an 8-11 or an 8-12. Next turn we're going to have a flyer. Yeah, this is going to be really hard for this goblin deck to deal with. All right, let's draw a... well, this gives us a potential out to a win, like immediately right now. And we did not hit. And so we can't actually win here. So we are going to just draw cards and have an additional blocker. All right, so we're going to gain 8. All right, well, with there being a land on top, that's good. This is going to be a lot of goblins. So we need to... I don't have first strike on anything. So we will block and block. No, that's not right. Block over there. And then hope that this is enough to keep us alive because of the lifelink. Yep. Nailed it. Nailed it. Oh, Melton, your deck is sweet. Oh, holy moly. I did not expect to get a win like that against goblins. That was awesome. Oh my god. The 30-something power lifelinker that just gets bigger every time it deals damage. Oh my god. And then it was potentially going to have first strike after that. Yeah. Really good. And what actually kept us alive there is the fact that they didn't have a Skirk Prospector in order to sacrifice. Because what they could have done, I don't think we can keep this. We don't even have any auras, so we're going to mull it. And we don't have any creatures. So we are going to mulligan. Now we keep. This is interesting. We're going to get rid of... I'm going to keep the disenchant. I know how weird that probably sounds. I'm keeping the disenchant because there's a lot of artifact decks. And maybe this hits a mana rock. In 1 second here. Let me switch this light. Okay, so they're on a couple mulligans. Are we on even ground, even footing now because of those mulligans? Oh. Oh, really? Is this treasure hunt? Is this treasure hunt? I didn't even see the mulligan that many times. Still could easily be treasure hunt. Mulligan to 3? Alright, well we are not doing anything over here. Shimmer. Oh, is this an... Yeah, this is Neostorm. Well, it's a fun 2-1. No, good game. The game is over. We did nothing. We played 4 land. Yep. And here is... This is a super competitive deck in the best of 1. I feel like if you're playing this, you should only be playing it in ranked. But you never know. This could be the first time that they're testing out this deck, so... I'll tell them good game now. Maybe it'll mess them up. Right? Yeah, they got us. They got us good. But again, you know, there nothing that we could do. We didn't draw any creatures. We mulliganed into Oblivion there. Mulligan down to 5. Didn't draw any creatures, and we had to keep that hand. Just kind of hoping to draw creatures there. Man, if we had to settle the wreckage here, right? We're playing mono white control. Hold on. It's gonna go full control and try to trick him. All right, well. Oh, the aristocrats. Oh man, I just feel dirty after that, right? Go wash off our shame. All right, let's talk about this deck, bro. Let's make some change. All right, so let's talk about this deck and how we did. So we went 2-1. We mulliganed that last game, that third game, down to 5. Didn't draw any creatures. Didn't get to do anything. It was a very uninteractive game again because we were playing against the fabled, not really fabled, but the very formidable Neostorm combo deck that can win potentially on turn 3. They won on turn 4 even after mulliganing down to 3 cards. So kind of shows the power of that deck, really just needing 2 cards to go infinite, and it is kind of nutty. So yeah. So what did we like about this deck? Well, we liked the fact that our creatures, well, especially one game, we actually did not even need to rely on Core Spirit Dancer. I thought that this might be another one of those decks where we actually just had to rely on Core Spirit Dancer in order to draw cards and go big and go over the top. We did see that in the first game. But the second game, we actually saw against Goblins and Alsades of Life's Bounty just actually grow super huge and actually be able to grow due to the Light of Promise that was on it, and says whenever you gain life, put that many counters on a creature. And they had like 40 power, maybe even more than that, of goblins on the board. They actually swung, hit us, but then our life linking creature, which was a 16 power, was actually able to keep us alive and put us back up to like 8, I think it was at the end of that game. And so because of that, we were actually able to win. Our guy was 32 power after that, and then we could have, and it was flying and vigilant, so we were going to be able to just go over the top. So yeah, really, really, really powerful. So what don't I like in this deck? And I mean, we're just going to start with these 3-mana enchantments. Yes, this Light of Promise may still be in the deck when I'm done editing it. And again, I know that this is a budget type build, and I do feel like even after we make some changes, this deck is going to be pretty close to being budget. But this Face of Divinity, I don't think we necessarily need this. 3 mana +2/+2, first strike and lifelink. Yeah, it is good on the surface, but I think we would rather just this be something cheaper. That way, because if we drop the cost of all of our cards, we're going to be able to drop the cost. We're going to be able to drop our land count, which is just going to get us to be able to fit more cards in the deck. And I do feel like doing this is going to be more beneficial to us. The 4 disenchants, I do think we're going to take at least, I don't know if we're going to take all of them out, but at least some number of them out, because again, I know with the amount of artifacts and shrines and other aura decks that are played in Historic, it may be good to play these, but again, on the surface, I don't think that we should be focusing on this. I think the way that we should be focusing is we should just be all or nothing, go super aggro, and just try to try to get our opponents, just outrace them and just ignore what they're doing, and let's just try to focus on reducing their life total to 0 before they can do the same to us. So I was actually a fan of this Glaring Aegis. This is pretty good. This is going to keep our creatures out of burn, out of the burn range. We do have to potentially play a little off curve with this, but it could potentially save our creatures. The game against Goblins, we saw the Mountain and then we waited a turn to play the Alsades of Life's Bounty. But that's because we thought that maybe we were playing against a burn deck and not a red deck. So being able to go like on turn 2 Alsade into Glaring Aegis and have a 2/4. A 2/4 is very hard to deal with. So I do feel like that is something we're going to want to look at. We didn't actually get any of these anointed choristers into play, so we're not really too sure on this, but it is a 1-mana 1/1 lifelinker. And again, lifelinking could potentially be important if we do decide to keep the Light of Promises in. So I do like All That Glitters, of course. It's a great card. Angelic Gift, great card. Especially, you know, when you're trying to focus on core spirit dancers and the such. So again, let's jump into our Magic Time Machine, see what we do with this deck, and we will be back with our changes. All right, so let's look at White Weenie 2.0. Now, the first thing you're going to notice is we cut the number of lands in the deck by 5, and that is a huge amount of lands to cut out of a deck, especially when, well, partially, let me back this up. So first off, our previous version of the build was 64 cards. So yeah, we didn't need as many land. Now this is 60 cards, but we're cutting it down to 19. Why are we only playing 19? Well, because our deck tops at 2 mana. We really don't want more than, I would say, 3 lands in play, typically, maybe 4. And since we cap out at 2 and most of our spells actually cost 1, I think we're going to be fine with 19 land. So the other thing you're going to notice is that we had 4 rares in the deck, and now we have 8. So we're doubling the amount of rares, but don't let that intimidate you or anything like that, because 8 is still pretty close to being a budget build anyway. So Core Spirit Dancer is great, 2 mana. You know, it's going to get bigger for every aura we want on it. Obviously, this is going to be a little bit more powerful than the other rare that we added. But SRAM or SRAM, however you want to pronounce his name, he still does a really good job. He's a 2 mana 2/2 as opposed to a 0/2. And whenever we cast an aura, equipment, or vehicle spell, we get to draw a card. So we don't even have to attach the auras that we're casting onto SRAM. We can cast them onto Core Spirit Dancer, and then we're drawing 2 cards for every time we cast one as opposed to 1. So yeah, we're going to give that a shot. We cut the 3 mana enchantments. I just didn't feel like they were going to fit in this deck. We added 4 copies of Cartouche of Solidarity. So this is going to give us more buff, you know, because it does give +1/+1. It actually gives us access to extra creatures because this does create a 1/1 white creature with Vigilance in play. So that is definitely worth noting. Also, we did leave in the Glaring Aegises. I really like this card, and one of the other cards that we added to the deck is actually going to potentially combo, not really combo, but it's going to benefit off of the additional toughness that this provides, hopefully. Another card we added was 3 copies of Care Metra's Blessing. So this is good for multiple reasons. It protects our creatures. It gives +2/+2 to a creature, so it could potentially save it or give our creature just that amount of extra damage in order to kill our opponent. And then also, if it is a creature that is enchanted, or if it's an enchantment creature, it's going to give that creature hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. So that is very, 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 I think, worth playing. And another huge creature I felt like should have been in this deck in the first place, Selfless Savior. So Selfless Savior is huge in this type of deck. So not only is it kind of like the counterpart to the Life's Bounty, because it's a 1 mana 1/1, this protects your creature. So you can sacrifice it to give another creature you control indestructible until end of turn. So sometimes this is going to be just as good or better than all Shades of Life Bounty, because of the fact that if we play this on turn 1 into a turn 2 Core Spirit Dancer or a SRAM, then we don't actually have to keep mana open in order to sacrifice like we do with the Life's Bounty, because this is just a free sacrifice ability. And then last but not least, we're going to try this. I'm not really sure on it, but 2 copies of Solid Footing. I didn't want to overcommit on this card. So this is another aura. A couple benefits here. So it does give +1/+1. We are looking for, you know, cards that buff our creatures. Now, in addition, it does have Flash. So this could add a little bit of surprise element to our opponents. They may not be expecting this. You know, so it's going to potentially give +1/+1 at instant speed. And then on top of it is, as long as the enchanted creature has Vigilance, it's going to assign combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. So I know this is probably not going to come into play that often, and again, that's only why we're playing 2 of them. But if we have one of our vigilant creatures, you know, Cartouche gives vigilance, Sentinel's Eyes gives vigilance, this gives the extra toughness that I was mentioning earlier. This is going to maybe act as another extra buff there, because we're going to get an additional 2 attack power, you know, from the toughness, thanks to the Glaring Ages. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to give this deck a shot. Again, we drop the number of cards, drop the number of lands, drop the curve of the deck down to 2, and we're just going to ignore what our opponents are doing and just try to face them. So let's hop into the gameplay. We will see you guys at the wrap up. All right. We're going to do it. Version 2.0. Melton, I hope, Florida Melton, I hope that you enjoy our version of this deck. It's not necessarily the same, but it's pretty similar. Ooh. So we're going to see some kind of combo build, it looks like. This is probably some kind of crazy Emery deck. Your Spell Bomb, okay. Spell Bomb can bounce the Spirit Dancer. Ooh, nice. I'll say nice on that one. I did not expect to improvise. So let's get in. Oh yeah, they think they're gonna be bouncing it, but they are not. Well, unless they have another improvise. Luckily for us, though, we have a Karametra's Blessing. And Metallic Rebuke. Card we knew existed, but we forgot about. We probably have to worry about Whirs of Invention, right? All right, well, let's get down some creatures. Hey, we need a... Yeah, they're definitely gonna have a... Oh, so though, okay. I see where this is going. I want to make this a little bit bigger. How much energy can they generate here? Do we want to attack with everything? Yeah, I think we're going to. They can block, try to deal 2 damage to something. Could sacrifice this now. Yeah. All right, indestructible. I really don't want to use these Karametra's Blessing yet. I really want this to be like a surprise factor. Oh, I think we have to keep this Core Spirit Dancer in our hand. Another reason to keep these in play is if they somehow Aetherworks Marvel and then actually hit Ulamog, we can give the things they target hexproof. See if they have another counter. They do not. Yeah, I'm genuinely worried about a War of Invention for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just 2, huh? Alright, so they're gonna block and try to kill the Alsaid. Alright, we can use it now. Gotta use it now. It is worth noting they wasted their War of Invention to go get a Perilous Mir. Or Mir. So, one thing worth noting also is Ether Spell Bomb is active. We are not drawing anything good here. They are definitely going to get up to Aetherworks Marvel mana. We don't have many turns. Like that for blue. Just to double check. From the color of your choice. So we cannot prevent that from happening. Alright. They are 1 energy away. Oh no. That's the card they need. Here we go. Draw, activate. Need a big whiff, but they always hit. We always miss and our opponents always hit, right? Alright. Hold your breath. Okay. What do they get back? Spell Bomb? Yep. Spell Bomb's pretty good. Infinite Spell Bombs. Yeah, I don't think we can actually get out of this. Oh. We are... Yeah, we are gonna be locked here pretty shortly. They get to draw basically multiple cards a turn. Bounce multiple creatures a turn. Well, not multiple, but... Xanos. Come on, my friend. Oh, there you go. Paradox Engine. Yep, so Paradox Engine. Yep, good game. So now they get to infinitely cast any of their artifacts and draw all the cards. But they need a way to make mana this turn. So they're just going to put all of their 1-drops into play. So I'm not conceding this turn. Because again, they don't have any mana. Should be it, right? And okay. I mean, we have to win this turn, right? Which I don't think we can go over the Ornithopter. I wonder if there's a way we can trick them into taking this damage. Oh, why couldn't you just take the damage, my friend? Would have got you good. Would have got you. All right, well, in case you don't know what's about to happen, they're about to just draw their whole deck and probably Ulamog or Ugin us out, or no, they're going to Perilous Mirror us to death, right? 2 damage to any target. Yep, we are not going to sit here through this whole process. So that was game 1 of our deck, and so far off to a not great start, but you know what? I'm feeling good about this deck, though. Feeling good, because that turn we started going crazy. So let's see what happens on to game 2. All right, you guys, we're all waiting for it in game 2, but this time it's our game 2. Game number 5 coming at you. So we're going to drop the Hydrate. Here we go. Oh, I want to throw everybody off today. Bananaldo. What a name. Can we go first? Is that an option that we get? I would love to go first. Canyon Slew. All right, all seeds of life. All seed of life's bounty. Let's do your job. What is this? Okay, so that is a 4-3. This is what is your Hurloon Minotaur deck doing over here? Are you gonna light up the stage us? I'm intrigued by... Ooh. What is going on? Alright, so they're stuck on mana. Oh, please don't have like an eliminate or anything. We're gonna tap you, and we're gonna get in for 1, gain some of that life back. I know what the Metallic Mimic does. Anytime they cast a creature of the chosen type, it gets +1/+1 counter. So we're obviously going to sacrifice the bad creature, and they are gonna live our dream, and we're gonna win. So, Bananaldo, good game, good game. I'm sorry that you got a little mana screwed there, but I do think even if you got another land, we were gonna be pretty good. So, good game, my friend. On to game 3. Alright, let's get into this next game here. Get into game number 3 or game number 6. Let's go first. Game, let us go first, please. Hooray, that worked. Is that all we have to do now? Is just ask? Ask and ye shall receive? That's what they say, right? Well, do we dare? Playing against red. I think this is gonna be what we're gonna want to do. This might be another goblins deck. This might be another. You know what? If they can't kill this Score Spirit Dancer here. Oh, this is that deck. Absolutely gonna draw a card here. Absolutely gonna draw a card here. So I feel like, okay. All right, yeah, I think we were gonna win that. So it's worth noting that their deck over there could potentially go kind of crazy with different creatures if they hit them correctly in their graveyard. They can get the creature that lets them get another attack step into their graveyard. They probably play a bunch of 0 mana X spells, like the different snakes, the 5-color X artifact, draw cards, discard cards, draw cards, discard cards with the Gates of the Afterlife, and they just start recurring, taking infinite, not infinite, but they take a lot of. That's the game, so let's go into game 4. All right, final boss, and hopefully we get to go first. I'm asking again. Let us go first. Let us go first. That's all we want. All we want for Christmas is to go first, please. All right, let me grab a sip of water here. Oh yeah, well, we get to go first against the Kahira deck. We have to mulligan that, as we don't have enough good stuff. We're gonna keep, and we're gonna put it on the line. Selfless savior. Go get him, buddy. Go get him, buddy. Go get him, buddy. Whoop, whoop. Is this a Craterhoof Behemoth deck? I think this might be a Craterhoof deck. This might be a Craterhoof deck. Yep, definitely appears that way. Okay, well, we are going to make you do all the blocking every turn. You are going to have to block. This might have been wrong, but I do feel like since our creatures have vigilance, if that survived that turn, then sure thing. Are they going to take it and then potentially transmogrify next turn? that get them there? They get to attack, flip the Legion's landing. Oh no, they could just do it now. Oh, heroic reinforcements. Look at you. You gotta know that you're doing good whenever you gotta block again. They take 5. Oh no, okay. So again, kind of back in the same. Get a Luca? No, okay. Kahira, okay. So they are definitely on the I need to block every turn, and that creature can't block. So I think we're just gonna go in with the team. I don't think we care about this 1/1. All right, so they have a 1/1 that can't block. Kahira's fine. Kahira doesn't do anything. Jin's Landing doesn't really do anything. Only have 5 power worth of creatures. They can't kill. Oh, that was a good draw. Bring the pain again. All right. This is an interesting game. So these satyrs can't block. Yeah. Wow. I'm sure we were just a transmogrify away from, or Luca away from losing the game at some point during that. Yeah, so let's go talk about some things. There's one thing I meant to hit on earlier that we didn't, so let's go talk about it. All right, everybody, welcome back to the wrap up, and this deck was a lot of fun to play. We did really good with it. We went 3-1 in our games. We got some pretty weird matchups, I feel like, and we got an early concession as well. And then we went 2-1 in the original version. So overall, I mean, can't really complain. 5-2, really good. So one thing I want to mention we did not hit on earlier. I meant to mention it, just did not. Yeah, so this deck 100% gets better with Lurrus. So if you are trying to be more competitive with this deck, Lurrus is the card that you want to play. I specifically did not put it in the deck because of the fact that we didn't want to add an extra rare. I did feel like one additional rare was not that big of a deal, but at the same time, I felt like since Florida Melton had sent this over to us saying, you know, this is budget, you know, please, you know, be mindful of that. Please let everybody know that this is specifically a budget deck. I didn't want to add too much. So I figured, yeah, let's just add a 4 of. That way it's still pretty close to being budget. So yes, if you want to add one more rare, definitely add a Lurrus in as your companion. Would definitely make the deck better. Other thing of note is I do think that we could probably get away with cutting one more land out of this deck. I felt like we drew a lot of land in our games when we just didn't. I didn't really feel like we should have been drawing so much land. So, and I think that has to do with partially the best of one shuffler, since it's not truly random. You know, it does kind of do like a mana smoothing thing, and I feel like sometimes it punishes you for playing less land. So there is that. But overall, I think, you know, SRAM and Core Spirit Dancer work really well together. I wish we had more ways to actually have bigger finishers, you know, like the All That Glitters, more ways to get flying, stuff like that. But I do think the addition of Selfless Savior in the deck is really good in conjunction with the All Saves of Life's Bounty in order to protect your bigger payoffs. And then again, if you know you're playing against like a burn type deck, it is fine to just go all in on an All Save of Life's Bounty in order to just gain a lot of life and, you know, just prevent them from being able to deal damage to you. So I didn't really get to test out the solid footing, unfortunately, but I don't hate the fact that there's two of them in here. Again, I feel like if we were to play this deck again, if we played 4 more games, the only change right now that I would make is drop 1 Plains and put in a 4th Karametra's Blessing, because I think Karametra's Blessing in this deck is just ridiculous. Being able to give Hexproof and Indestructible and +2/+2 to something that's enchanted is really, really powerful. So again, I really hope that everybody enjoyed this deck. Again, this is more of a budget build. You know, for this to be more competitive, you probably do want to play other colors. You want to play either the Azorius build, the Orzhov build, or the Boros build that I've kind of actually been seeing going around. There is also like a Selesnya build where you can do some scrying and some fighting and type stuff. Don't think that's as good, but you know, obviously worth a shot. And obviously Magic's made as a game, so play around, you know, do some cool things and let me know those cool things that you do. But if you want to be featured in Decktember, because Decktember has been so much fun, I would love it if you join the Discord, head over to the Decktember channel, and check the pin post, see how you could submit your own deck, and maybe your deck would be featured in one of our upcoming Decktember videos. So yeah, this is a lot of fun. I hope everybody enjoyed the deck. Again, if you enjoyed the deck and the channel, please hit that subscribe button, the like button. Check out all the cool links down below, the Patreon, the Twitch, and the Discord link. And yeah, make sure you do that. Help grow the channel. With that being said, everyone, please stay safe. We will see you next time. Remember, this channel would not exist without such amazing viewers and subscribers. Thank you so much for interacting with the channel and helping grow the community. And a very big special thank you to the Patreons listed here for supporting the channel.